Well, that's a little heartbreaking for Utah fans, but they're not done just yet.
Definitely not.
It's going right in. Dark
Oh,
Fox from a
there we
distance
go.
flips it over the defense. I just have to say, what a shot there. A beautiful three-man play to make it happen.
Yeah, looks like that could potentially have been an own goal right there.
It was a little close, but
Yeah,
hey,
yeah. They can definitely bring it back.
most own goals are a product of offensive pressure anyway. Dark Fox
Yeah.
keeping that pressure up again. Sends it to Owen. He taps it low here. It's going to be Wicked Potatoes to follow up, but it is cleared on out. This is Weezer's chance to get aggressive with some help from Classy Weasel. Doesn't get quite the touch he would want, but Weezer is there to help him out. It's going to be Owen, however, who gets the touch. Wicked Potatoes puts it right over the goal here. It's going to float pretty high. This could be a goal opportunity, but if it cut in the corner like that, defense probably going to take it away.
Yeah, and I think the offensive rotation and the passing there from the University of Utah was definitely solid. I think, again, it's just trying to get it into the goal and make sure that they're scoring on opportunities that they clearly have the opportunity to score on. So, yeah, let's see what they can do as they try to push it more offensively right here.
Honestly, just in the time you've been talking has honestly been the majority. Oh, hold that thought. Bouncing in front of the ball is the goal here. Oh, that's backwards. White Russian going to try and clear it out. Should be no problem here. I've been noticing Weber State's having a hard time keeping the ball on the Utah side of the field. But at the same time, they're denying a lot of goals. What's kind of causing that?
They're denying a lot of goals. I think it's partially because of maybe the University of Utah isn't used to their defensive rotations, or maybe it's an issue of a little bit, nerves and maybe mechanical issues that they're just not getting those goals in. But I think it could be potentially WSU's interesting rotations. They're not used to it. Oh,
But
look at that, Dark Fox.
You'll just go ahead and dunk that one right on in. Going to be the first lead since about 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Still a lot of time to speak, but Weber State is having some trouble maintaining offensive pressure. What can they do to get more in the driver's seat here?
I think the best thing that you can do for getting pressure is getting ahead of your in a defensive position, trying to get it into the offensive position, and getting passes going. Getting passes going is so key to this game in terms of scoring goals. That I think if they increase that and try to get that ball to the other players, that'll definitely help them.
All right, well, passing around on Utah's side. Classy Weasel will try and dunk it in, but Wicked Potatoes will clear that one out. And now it's Dark Fox on the offensive. He's guiding it towards goal. One more tap. Owen! What a team play right there. I love that.
A great pass, and like I said, it's these passes that get you goals like this, and getting ahead of your defender, it's so key.
That was just kind of beautiful to watch. I loved that. Weber State now has to work fairly quickly. 2 goals in 2 minutes to tie it up. It's definitely not unheard of, but it's a little harder to do. Not an ideal situation, especially with Wicked Potatoes and Dark Fox keeping the pressure up, not giving any scoring opportunities here.
Definitely, and you can see how they're just forcing the ball back into the offensive position right now, and trying to get the passes going. Ooh, interesting double commit.
Right, and now Classy Weasel will clear that one out. Almost bounced into goal, but nice defense there. He'll jostle with Owen for it. This could be Potatoes on the goal here. No, going to be taken away by Classy Weasel. Going to be an important clear right there as the ball rolls up on Utah's side of the wall. Owen takes it away. There's going to be a battle for it on the ground. The Tails wrestles it from the Weasel. He will rotate back on defense, but Weezer ends up being the one making the stop for now. But they can't find the clear just yet.
Yeah, and it looks like Owen's trying to get a pass right now. Dark Fox hits it. Classy got to, it's going to force it on the offensive. Looks like they're bringing it back right now. Again, the University of Utah is just trying to get the offensive position right now and trying to hold all the pressure they can. That's really helping them right now.
Going to go ahead and go on high, stalling out a little bit in this corner. Can't get stuck there. Owen wants to finish this off, but an easy stop for White Russian there. Potatoes will center it over the goal. Dark Fox will tap it right in there. That is a play I feel like we see a lot. Just how mechanically difficult is it to do that little 1-2 type of thing?
It's definitely like in the moment, like you have to be ready for those sort of passes. And Dark Fox has definitely been a person who's always been ready to receive those. And as it's shown, he's gotten the goals that he needs to get for the University of Utah.
Well, all right. 35 seconds on the clock. Utah up 3 goals here, and we were going to try and even it up. There will be a tap in front of the goal. Russian wasn't quite where he wanted to be to tap that one on in. Ball going to be moved back to Weber State's side of the court here. Potatoes taps it down in front of the goal. Owen not going to quite be in position for that one, but hey, works out. Weezer now has an opportunity alone against the goal. but a two-man defense will stop him in his tracks. 10 seconds left with a 3-goal lead. This one's all but certainly going the way of Utah. Game 1, still just a couple seconds left, but that final clear is going to solidify our scoreline. Boys from Utah looking really strong here. What do you say is probably the key aspect of their success in this one?
Key aspect of their success is definitely their offensive play and keeping the pressure up against WSU. I think in Rocket League, it's having that offensive pressure, is so key to being successful at the game. And making sure you're getting those passes too, and that your players are ready to receive those passes is key.
All right, well, we're seeing Weber State has also been stepping up their passes a bit in those last couple minutes, maybe too little too late in that regard. But when you see an enemy team starting to get good passes going, like Weber State is starting to, what's going on in your comms? How do you prepare for that?
Right. I think adapting is definitely a big thing, and adapting sort of your defensive play style is also very important when you see that a team's trying to get more passes going. Because if you get sort of off in your defensive rotations and they're passing a ton, it can be really hard to try to block their goals, and you're kind of behind the team, your opposing team. And I think it's key to keep the defensive rotations really solid in all aspects of the game, but especially if your team's becoming really offensive.
Well, all right, then Weber State. That was a bit of a difficult one there, but this is a best of 5. They have their opportunities to turn it around, and we did see some strengthening of their offensive moves towards the end. Fans shouldn't get discouraged there. In Game 2, what would you say are the goals for the individual teams beyond literally scoring goals?
The goal for the individual teams, University of Utah, keep up what they're doing right now. They have a lot of offensive pressure going for them, and that's definitely helping them a ton. WSU can, as we saw near the end, they were starting to get more passes off and to each other, and that's definitely something that will help them. But I think from each team, just make sure you're trying to get the offensive advantage. It looks like we're going into the game right now, and
well, it is going to be Weber State, the ones on attack here. Owen going on up, trying to turn things back around. A two-man clear to turn things around here for the moment, but it's Weezer up there with White Russian, trying to make things happen. Classy Weasel falls back, but not a lot of people near goal. Wicked Potatoes! Woo! That's how you do it to him.
Yeah, there you go. Looks like the Dark Fox got a beautiful pass right off to the Potatoes, even though it looks like it was going in, maybe a little goal steal, but that's how it is in Rocket League.
It looked cool, if nothing else, so we'll give him that.
Yeah.
All right, first goal at 31 seconds, and we're back at it. Weezer will get the first touch. They'll send it into the corner. A good start, but Owen is taking it away. Sends it to Dark Fox. Potatoes will clear it out towards the defender's side. Russian snubs it, keeps it in this corner for now, but it's far from safe as Weasel has to make one more save to deny a goal from Dark Fox.
It's like the White Russians trying to get on the offensive here, but Owen seems to get it off.
Weezer will tap it, will kind of spike that one down, but the defense from Utah looking a little too solid. Dark Fox puts it above the corner. Follow-up not quite there. So it's going to be Wicked Potatoes on the defensive rotation back as that push doesn't net them too terribly much. Now on the ground, Classy Weasel and White Russians fighting for defensive control here, but there's just so many attacks coming at them from a lot of directions right now.
Nice fake by Dark Fox trying to bring it up. Unfortunately, can't get the offensive right there, but we'll see what happens as they go into the defensive position.
Ball's crossed in front of the middle. It's just barely stopped by Owen there. That could have been huge for Weber State, and they're not done yet. Crossing in front of the goal like that is so dangerous for you. Oh, hello! From across the entire field. I mean, I need to see that again. That happened so quickly. It came off the wall. He tapped it up and just went, ooh, that is heartbreaking from Russian's perspective.
That was such a nice shot by Dark Fox. I mean, it's hard to like get be able to save that. It's very difficult, but let's see what WSU can do as we move further into the game.
All right, now Dark Fox on the attack once more. Potatoes will lose the ball to Classy Weasel and tries to give the opportunity for Weezer, but he's going to need to back up and rely on another tap forward. Weasel's doing a great job of trying to facilitate Weezer here, but just not much happening. Demolition right in front of the goal here. This could be a dangerous spot for Weber State, but they do really stabilize there. Don't let the man disadvantage slow them down, and they almost turned it into a goal opportunity.
Close pass there by and again, it's right open. They had the opportunity right there, but unfortunately, they can't capitalize off of it.
So it's going to be sometimes. And now it's Utah on the attack once more. Wicked Potatoes will send it long. Probably going to try and bounce it off the wall to a teammate here. Dark Fox tries to connect, doesn't quite find it. Ball ends up bouncing around a bit, gives Russian the opportunity to try and carry it away. Good defensive flip, but Weasel spike down could be the answer here. It's coming close, but Weezer, he's trying. Stop! Oh my goodness, Owen's aerial control is just really shutting down so much right now, but it might not stop White Russian here. Keeping the pressure on, they can't find the clears despite their saves. Weber State could have a goal here shortly, but Owen is looking like he's gonna carry it on out of here and stop the pressure for now. That was a scary situation, Mario. Just
very scary, yeah. It's so scary being in a defensive position, not feeling like you have control of the situation. And that was the position they were in, so I imagine they were pretty scared at that point.
Well, if Weber State can keep up that kind of pressure, that will eventually score them some goals here. It's a bit unfortunate those don't go in. So, playing the right stuff by Dark Fox. Talk about the right stuff!
Beautiful. Beautiful play by Dark Fox. He brings it forward, and they just can't seem to get the defensive block right there. Dark Fox sits it in for the goal. Beautiful.
Secured a lot of these from an impressive range here, and those always just so impressive to watch. So, thanks for that, guy. Those are cool. But now, Weezer again, really good at getting these first touches and starting things off well for Weber State. We'll spike it down towards the center, but Owen deflects it to the side. Now it's anybody's ball. The 50-50 seems to be going the way of Utah for the moment. Owen spikes it down, but there's multiple defenders in goal. They should be able to clear this out. The demolition really helps them close the pressure valve there.
Interesting. Wicked Potatoes and Dark Fox, I think that was, were both in the air for that interesting sort of play. Especially with Owen being all the way back. Might have not been the best idea, but they still have the offensive, so see what they can do with it.
All right, well, less than a minute left. Utah up 3-0 in this one. It's certainly a climb here for Weber State, but they're showing us some really good stuff in this game, too. Just not quite converting into goals yet. Weezer looking to change that one. It's on target, but Dark Fox right where he needed to be to shut that down. It's going to be centered to Wicked Potatoes. Weezer going to try and stall that one out there, but Dark Fox, even with only 30 seconds, still looking for more goals.
See Owen. Wicked Potatoes can get this definitely forward. If he can hit it, oh, it looks like Owen.
Wicked Potatoes could have an opportunity. It's coming close.
Very close.
Weasel making the important play to get it on out of there. Just above 10 seconds left in this one. The math's not looking fantastic for Weber State right now. This is almost certainly going to be game 2, the way of the University of Utah. As soon as the ball touches the ground here, I mean, 1 second's a long time, and not much time to get 3 goals here, Brio, but it could be interesting. No, okay. Yeah. Probably not just going to happen.
It was close, but yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
That one, Utah looked very, very strong. They end up scoring about the same number of goals here. Weber State doesn't secure one this time. Was there a particular reason for that, or just kind of unfortunate stuff around the goal box?
Yeah, it could be just some unfortunate stuff around the goal box, and definitely trying to make sure that their defensive positioning is solid. So like I said, the University of Utah is playing very offensively right now, and if your defensive positioning isn't just perfect, they're going to find openings and be able to score.
All right, it's just a difficult balancing act this game. You got to have the offensive pressure to make things happen, but the second you apply too much, you can get punished.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of these players should look into juggling, just how good they have to get at managing everything flying around.
Exactly.
I don't know. I could never do it. There's a reason I talk about the game instead of playing it, but maybe that's just me. So, game 3, this is series point position for Utah here. If you're sitting in Weber State shoes, I'm sure you've probably been down in this kind of 2-0 situation before. What do you tell the players right then? How do you prepare the mentality for that?
The mentality is definitely key when you're down by this much. You want to make sure that you have a moment just to collect yourself and make sure your team is fully ready to play the next match before you go into that match, because having the mentality of we're losing is a very bad position to be in, and yeah, just having a moment to collect yourself and make sure you're ready for that next match is key.
All right, we'll see if Weber State has that kind of mental fortitude to bounce back in the end here. Their fans going to have to be hoping for the reverse sweep in this series. Not unheard of in the world of Rocket League, but it's tall odds. It would be quite the story if they pull it off, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's possible. You know, you hope for the best in these sort of situations and hope you get some lucky goals and see what you can do.
University of Utah pull off any reverse sweeps recently?
No, of course not. We always win our games.
Obviously, of course. Okay. I'll take your word for that one. So, Game 3, for those of us just joining us, this is the Utah Ice Rocket League Finals between Weber State and the University of Utah. In this best-of-5 set, Utah is up 2-0 at the moment, so stakes could not be higher. It's all in line for all the marbles in this next one as soon as we get ready to go into it. And I'm not ready to count out Weber State yet. Seeing them yesterday against Utah State University, two completely different schools, obviously, they showed some incredible stuff, able to really pull things out, especially later in games. That's what I'm looking for if I'm a fan of them, waiting to see them turn it up in those final minutes or so, bring that last second pressure and take Utah by surprise as best they can. Like, you know, I kind of talked about it from the Weber State position, but when your team is in that 2-0 advantage, kind of seems like it'd be easy to let things go to your head a bit. I mean, how do you counteract that?
Yeah, it's definitely easy to say, oh, we won the series, it's like easy wins. But I think it's important just to maintain the fact that you're still in a tournament, you're still playing against a team, you know, and they want to win just as badly as you do. And they're going to come with everything they have because they're also, you know, down. They want to come back. So I think maintaining your mentality and being like, we're here to win at all times is key to winning this tournament and winning any tournament, really.
All right, so there's your notes on player mentalities, courtesy of our good friend Brio. Take notes if you yourself are looking to be an inspiring esports star. Half the game is in your head. Or at least it is on the ladder where you're just trying to not scream at your teammates all the time. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, definitely.
Any expectations or predictions for our coming game?
I think Utah has an advantage here. Just they've had the momentum going for them. They've had the offensive, and they've just been pushing so much against WSU. And I think with that, as long as they keep their mentality up and they want to win desperately, as much as WSU wants to win, I think that University of Utah can pull this off.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just give a counter prediction for the sake of counter predictions. I feel like Weber State has been like this close to so many opportunities. I feel like they're just due for some conversions to start going their way. I'm going to go ahead and call the game 4 at least right now. This is prime opportunity for Weber State to bounce back. And no offense, guys, just looking back at the Pac-G, the last tournament I saw you guys in, probably some series that should have been games 3. You took the game 5s a couple times. I'm not a high enough level to say exactly why that happens, but just kind of looking at the track records, things have gotten out of hand a couple times there.
That's fair, and I'm probably being a little bit biased towards my home team. I'm, you know, sitting here with the Utah jersey, but
what happens happens. Before the game started, you were talking to one of the players about making some switches after game 2. Are we going to see a substitution here for game 3?
Yeah, we should see a substitution for Owen for Sonny, who's one of our subs on the team. So yeah, we should see him coming in. He is definitely a solid player. I think he's going to be performing pretty well today.
All right, we are finally right on in things here, and Dark Fox starting it out hot. We'll put one in front of the goal, but a pretty easy clear out there for Classy Weasel. White Russian will be the one putting it on the attack. Weezer kind of stuck hanging in the air there, but pressure's still on their side of things. Russian trying to stop this turnaround push, ball up in the corner. The spot for it to turn around here. Dark Fox is inches from tapping it in here. Oh, I have just been informed we are in a best-of-7, folks. My apologies. This one's far from over. That's exciting news. Yes. Awesome. I love that. Love best-of-7s.
Yeah, so, I mean, WSU can definitely has the time to try and bring this back and regain their composure and try to win this.
All right, so not quite half as steep odds now that I have that perspective, but that goal, it could just be that. Growing Dog will go ahead and survive. So is Sonny the name
Sonny,
of that?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Sonny is the name. I think he just changed his name recently, so apologies for that. Gondog.
Gondog. Calling in that then. So, goal fairly early in this one. About a minute in, so might be a little bit of a lower scoring one opposed to the last few. But we'll just have to see. Ball's tapped towards center field. Weezer can't find the connect, but it's okay. White Russian has him covered here. but going to be sent to the center of the field. Jostling around Dark Fox does turn things around. Weezer has made the rotation back. Should be able to stop this one. Kondog cannot finish that one off. And it's still going to continue to jostle around mid. This could be the offensive opportunity. Weezer wants to get it in there, but he just can't find the angle.
Definitely. That was very close from WSU. They had the opportunity right there to score, but like I said, these things happen, but let's see if they can bring it back and try to get to this defensive position again.
All right, well, Utah close to clearing it out. Weezer will deny them that opportunity, forces Kondog to make the save there. Potatoes tries to pass it to Dark Fox and will put it in the upper left-hand 90. That's a good shot, putting up to a nice lead here. Still pretty manageable for the time on the clock.
Definitely.
Still anyone's game, but with all the talk we did about what it means to be in the must-reverse sweep position, I'm pretty sure Weber State does not want to let this one go.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't think they are going to let this one go without a fight, definitely. I think they're just here to, like, win. Let's see. Interesting position.
This could be an opportunity. It gets very close to the goal, but Dark Fox really ended up being in control the whole time. Weezer has to make the rotation back the full field goal! Almost incredible there.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, with WSU, I think the University of Utah's positioning is very solid in terms of the defense. I think with WSU, they may have pushed a little bit too far forward and maybe didn't have someone back to get that pass or the shot back towards goal. I think WSU can just get their positioning tight a little bit better, and they are definitely a solid team.
Right. Well, posting in a goal, Weezer will be demolished there. Getting those key demos on to the offense players really slows down what they want to do. Not as impactful on defense, because they just kind of respawn where they want to be anyway. Yeah. Corndog trying to keep it up. I want to call him Corndog, but it's Kondog. That's one's going to slip me up.
I've had that issue as well. Yeah.
Going to be White Russian, clearing the ball out of goal. Going to deflect off the right-hand wall as he tries to push things forward, but the rest of his team playing a bit too defensive to keep that one going, and for good reason, because Dark Fox brings the offensive pressure once more. That's the hat trick, man.
That's the hat trick. Dark Fox is playing extremely well today, and yeah, he's definitely getting. Oh, I thought I got the pass off right there, but no, yeah, he's definitely been getting the shots that he needs to get off and scoring.
And a lot of long-range shots coming out of him, really. Is that a particular skill that he's trained, or is that just kind of...
I think, honestly, that could be the defensive positioning of WSU. When you get those long shots, I mean, unless the other team doesn't have a lot of boost, WSU should be able to receive those. So it could be a little bit of WSU's positioning on the defense.
All right, they're all here on the defense, and now Kondog will send it up and high. Weezer deflects away that aerial chance, but Dark Fox not done just yet. Weasel's going to try and send it to Weezer. White Russian will take it. It's going high, but Kondog will stop that offensive push then and there. Ball stalling out in the corner. Dark Fox tries to jostle it on out. Wicked Potatoes now the one to end up dribbling it away. Russian tries to take it, but Potatoes comes out on top. Help from Classy Weasel will keep possession for Weber State. Excellent little bit of teamwork there.
See what the University of Utah can do with this as they try to push it up. Looks like Kondog are trying to get the offensive.
Well, this could be the shot. Oh,
very
so
close.
close.
Oh.
How does that not go in? Mother of earth, that is just unfortunate for Weber State. That was multiple shots that, from our perspective, looked guaranteed.
Almost.
And now,
Dark Fox right there.
yeah, he was looking for the long shot there. Wicked Potatoes, however, will find it. Puts them up to 5. By 1 minute to score 5 goals. That's would probably be a Utah Ice record there.
Yeah, it's possible for Weber State to come back. Unlikely, but I think, it's possible.
In these kind of situations, you have to be starting to think about next game a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, what are they communicating? This game has been the most one-sided of them so far. So, what was the difference in their play that's making this so much more difficult this time?
It could be just the general position. Like we said, the mentality might not either. Maybe their comms aren't as good as they need to be in terms of their positioning. That could definitely be a situation in which they would not be able to perform as well as they should be. But I mean, looks like Connor might be able to score here.
Come right on close, but Weezer still showing his defensive prowess is top-notch. We'll go ahead and clear that one out. Going to send one towards the middle. That one's on target.
Classy Weasel.
That's an important goal.
That is an important goal. That is a very important goal. This could be what WSU needs to come back in terms of their mentality. Especially being in a position like this where you feel like you're just getting scored on after scored on. Having one goal to get yourself back into the game is very crucial. And I think that this could impact the game, honestly.
All right, that could be their rallying point. Utah wants to try and shut down that rally if they possibly can. Another goal in these next 5 seconds would do just that. But Weber State is in a solid defensive position. Should be able to just tap it to the ground here. And we'll be moving to game 4. Now it's actually series point.
No, it's actually series point.
Okay, kind of jumped the gun on it last time. My apologies. Like we kind of already talked that topic to death there. But we already know a lot about that mentality, staying on top of your game, not letting it get to you there.
Right.
What we saw for Weber State there, that what started was an 0-5 game for the most part. Does that look like this is getting to them, or is that something more mechanical?
It could be a little bit more mechanical. Like I said, I think if you don't have good mechanics, you're going to lose the offensive positioning. If you have an offensive position and you can't keep a hold of the ball, that's when you're going to lose your offensive pressure. So if the mechanics aren't there, then you're going to lose. So you need the offensive pressure to win. So.
All right, simple math. You can't hit the ball, not going to win the game.
Exactly.
Very good. High-level analysis right there.
Thank you. Yes.
Masterful stuff. And Weber State going to need to bring out their most masterful stuff here in our game 4. This is their last chance to turn things around in our Utah Ice competition. It's been a long road so far. They have played, honestly, one too many games to end on this note. They got that extra bit of momentum there at the end, and they deny any further goals from Utah after that one. This could be their turning and rallying point here, Brio.
Yeah, this definitely could be it. I mean, getting that goal can change your mentality completely. So let's see what they can do with that going into this next game.
Well, right and early, Dark Fox. Man, does he have like a personal grudge against Weber State or something?
He's just looking for goals constantly. He's waiting for that moment that he can just come in and score it. And yeah, that's why he seems to get a ton of goals, is he just looks for those moments and is there.
All right, goal hungry as ever and paying massive dividends. The initial break goes with the Potatoes' way, wanting to close this one out as quickly as possible. Potatoes will send it to Dark Fox, but Weezer gets an important clear away here. This could be huge. It's going! It's in!
Carl Weezer. Interesting. Let's see what happened defensively. This looks like a mistake. No, it looks like Condog might have pushed up a little bit too far. With having both players all the way forward, you can't push up like that unless you are for certain you have the ball.
All right. Just too much of an offensive commit gives Weber State another chance in this one, and just way to punish that mistake right there. Now Russian trying to keep the pressure on nice and early. Weezer sends it to him, but the Potatoes makes a critical save right there. That might go in if he doesn't. But now, Russian will stop it at the goal line. Dark Fox will send it high, and it's going towards that corner, and it will go in.
That's interesting, because that was a double commit off the side of the University of Utah, which could have been very detrimental to the play right there, but fortunately they got on the goal.
All right, that is kind of the second time we've seen kind of Condog commit on to something that his teammates kind of already had covered. If you were in-game in those comms right now, what are you saying to him to help him not let that get to his head?
I would say to communicate more. When you're not used to maybe necessarily your teammates being in certain positions, communication is what's going to solve that problem. And letting your teammates know where you are at all times is important. If you haven't played with them a lot, just communicating more is, I think, the answer.
All right, in the meantime, Dark Fox has stopped another push from Weber State, and now they're coming on the attack. Crazy Weasel does just barely deny a goal there at the last second, but can't take the ball away from Utah just yet. Condog stops that push so far, but the rotations need to come back quickly because Weasel and White Russian are in such a dangerous position. He's got the tap, and Condog and Dark Fox make a critical pair of deflections there to stop what could have been a game-tying goal.
Absolutely, yeah. It looked like the University of Utah got a little team save right there. Maybe not necessarily planned, but they certainly got it.
Well, now, drifting in front of Weber State's goal, Utah wants to get a safer lead for themselves if they can. Right now, Ball's going to bounce in front of the goal. Weezer will deflect it out. Big defensive play to keep that pressure going. We'll see if he's able to get any passes to his teammates. But Dark Fox has really taken away that chance here. And we're seeing some more jostling around this midfield. What really causes these periods of the game where the ball's just back and forth, back and forth? Like
it could be players a little bit timid of trying to push themselves forward. If they feel like, oh, we have a lead, let's just kind of relax and try not to do anything crazy. Especially since we've seen as Condog has been a little bit pushing too much forward. It might be beneficial to just kind of hang out, but also we want to make sure that we can try to score as many goals as we can. And get a victory.
Weezer could be looking. Oh, Dark Fox just out of nowhere using the cloaking device on his vehicle to sneak up on Weezer. But that one's
Condog.
Condog looking for redemption. He heard me talking smack, so he thought he'd give me a smack right there. Puts Utah up 2 at 2 minutes and 26 seconds. He should have waited 4 seconds. That could have been a nice little lineup there. But
WSU can definitely bring this back. There's plenty of time left in this game that WSU can come back and take this.
2 minutes, just a lot of time available, especially for a lead of this size. But technically, Weber State has not actually risen above 1 goal per game yet, so they're going to need to find something new and break that out. As Dark Fox tries to keep the pressure up more, Weezer and White Russian will shut him down here. We'll go into that orange right-hand corner, but Condog has it right now. Weezer takes it away, heading towards that upper left 90, but needed another teammate to finish that one off.
Looks like White Russian. Oh, almost a pass there to Class of Weasel, but couldn't get it. Oh, opportunity. Can't get it.
Instead, Wikipedia is going to guide this one to Condog. He doesn't find the touch there. Weber State could punish this, but Dark Fox will cover for it. No one really able to capitalize on that one yet. Just keep tapping the ball into the air. Dark Fox sends it wide off the wall. Going to be an aerial fight over it. Him and Condog actually kind of fighting each other for that one. But Wicked Potatoes off the side, cannot cross it to middle like he would have liked to there. Dark Fox sends it high, trying to set himself up. And a beautiful defensive save from White Russian keeps Weber State's hopes alive.
Wicked Potatoes almost got that, try to score that from the backcourt. Couldn't get it. Oh, looks like, oh.
Weezer's down at the moment. Should respawn before Utah can do much about that one. 1 minute on the clock. Weber State needs to start working fast. The clock is not in their favor right now. The demolition onto Weezer going to make it so hard to push forward, but they have the ball so close. That's just a frustrating position.
This is when WSU needs to really just focus on communication, making sure that they're hitting their shots and trying to get goals and passing. I mean, that's really what they need to focus on right now. Let's see if they can bring it back.
All right, White Russian trying to bring it back to Utah's side of the field. He has a chance here. He gets the one-on-one over Dark Fox, but loses control of the ball, so Wicked Potatoes able to take it from him. Weezer gets demoed here. Weasel so painfully close to a goal right there. White Russian will lose out on that jostle, so Weber State on the defense. 15 seconds left, all on the line here. They're really racing across the clock. 10 seconds left, and Wicked Potatoes will dunk one on right in there, putting them up 3 goals ahead. The clear out not fast enough from Weber State.
Beautiful shot by Wicked Potatoes right there. And yeah, I mean, it's hard in these situations. Sometimes this is how it works out. It looks like it might be a victory for the University of Utah.
Time starting to run out here. 3 seconds left. Utah still want one more for their score lines. Dark Fox actually kind of deflects his own teammate's goal right there. But that's going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, your Utah Ice champions, the University of Utah, will bring it out here in our finals. And what a way to do it. That was an incredibly impressive series. Anything you want to say on behalf of your team right here?
I'm really proud of them. You know, they've worked hard and they played really hard today, so I'm just happy that they can come here and succeed. And it was a great game against WSU, so yeah, just great games all around.
Well, all right. Congratulations on your win there.
Thank you.
And thank you, Weber State, for coming out and playing. You did fantastic. You fought and earned your spot here in the grand finals. And second place out of all the teams we had here, nothing at all. I mean, to be ashamed of. Still an incredible achievement from them. We hope to see you guys return to Utah Ice next year. Thank you for joining us. I have been Archie Legend Sleek Smith, joined here by
Preston Trey and Brio. And it's been great.
All right. And I've just been informed, any Street Fighter fans in the audience, that's going to be on the main stage next. So get hyped up for that. But in the meantime, do follow us on Twitter. Our handles are on the screen right there. We'd appreciate your support, and we do some cool stuff. You'll want to know what's up. Thank you again, and stay tuned.